And now it's time for some 200-word hits. Outsiders Annual Issue 1 by Mike W. Barr and Kevin Nolan. Secret organisations, mind control and nukes, these were the staples of 80s thrillers, and this annual has the lot. Simon Pons of Skull has managed to clone the nervous system of Lord Cobra in an unsuspecting victim called George. Whatever happens to George happens in turn to Lord Cobra, effectively rendering him hostage to Pons in his own body. Cobra is then tasked with stealing some nukes for Skull, not before he sends a psi message to Looker, and the outsiders rush to protect the nukes. Disguising themselves in army uniforms, yes, it was that easy in the 80s. They arrive too late and Cobra has the nukes. Cobra and Pons fall out and their forces fight. The outsiders get largely stuck in the middle, but seem to fancy Cobra over Skull. Batman is a bit part player in all this, but according to Barr's column at the end, Nolan wanted to draw him, so Barr wrote him in. And boy, does Nolan deliver a stunning Batman. In fact, this annual is classic Nolan, and his art is simply stunning. Some superb facial expressions, especially the panels featuring Lord Cobra, who just looks bonkers mad. A totally fun read, rating 8.5 out of 10. American Vampire, Survival of the Fittest, issue 1 to 5, by Scott Snyder and Sean Murphy. It's 1941, the world is at war, and to make matters worse, vampires are everywhere. The vassals of the Morning Star are desperately trying to stop their spread and learn of the work by a Romanian scientist, Dr. Pavel, who may have discovered the cure to vampirism. The only problem, Pavel is currently being held by the Nazis in a remote mountain castle. Agents Book and McCogan are sent in to extract Pavel, each with their own reason to acquire the cure. She's half vampire and he has a vampire son. What they haven't reckoned with is the Nazis have their own regiment of Nazi vampires and they are about to unleash them on the world. Once their cover is blown, Book, McCogan and Pavel make a desperate attempt to escape the clutches of the Nazis and find that help may come from a most unexpected quarter. Snyder and Murphy deliver up a rip-snorter of a miniseries full of action and escapism. Murphy's art is fantastic, and his attention to detail in the outfits, uniforms and war material of the 1940s is amazing. If you like World War II action and vampires, this is for you. Rating, 9.5 out of 10. Rogues, issue 1 by Joshua Williamson and Leo Max. 10 years ago, Leonard Snart, aka Captain Cold, and the Rogues were the most feared group of villains in Central City. Sitting in a bar one night, Snart hears details of a potential heist that could set them up for life. But the years haven't been kind on Snart and his fellow rogues. Leonard is out on parole, his sister Lisa is working in social services, the trickster is still a small-time hustler, Bronze Tiger's a personal trainer, Magenta is borderline mad, Heatwave is still taking on arson jobs for money, and Mirror Master, well, Mirror Master is in an asylum. But Snart has a job of a lifetime that will change their futures forever. Except they're going to have to get into Gorilla City and rob Grodd. A fantastic opener for Williamson, drawing heavily on the established heist-moving tropes, with a nod to Miller's Super Crooks, but breathing new life into the Flash's Rogues Gallery without barely a mention of the Scarlet Speedster. Leo Max's art is perfect accompaniment to the script, with his ability to capture the tawdry, down-on-their-heels rogues and imbue them with a sense of hope and change is remarkable. Rating, 9.5 out of 10. You might also want to know, if you're into comics, we've got stock in Vintage Guru in Northampton, the Antique Cellar in Brackley, and the Kibworth Antique Centre in Kibworth, Leicestershire. So not just comics, but film and TV mags, role-playing game stuff, manga, all in those outlets. They're really good places to go to if you're into collectibles, retro material, vinyl. So that's Vintage Guru in Northampton, the Antique Cellar in Brackley, and the Antique Centre in Kibworth in Leicestershire. Cheers. Please hit the subscribe button, share the videos, tell your friends, go back and watch season 1. Really helps the show, and comment below as well. Send us some emails. Anything you want reviewed, let us know. This is the Retro Comic Show. I pick the reviews, but I can do reviews by you, so send some in.